Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new, welcome, and I hope you like what you find here. These are going to be your general readings for the month of July. I do want to mention again, like I did in my last mid-month reading, that the Uranus 7-year projections are available for you. Tremendous amount of information coming through. That information is down below for you. And these readings in July are general, so if they don't make sense to you, listen to your other signs. I don't want to keep this intro too long. Keep in mind that sometimes certain things will make sense to you right away, and sometimes none of it will make sense to you right away. From what I gather from hearing from you, it almost always makes sense to you at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. So do listen to it again. If it doesn't make sense to you, I do want to stress that I don't know what it is, but in the month of July, there's this incredible feeling of release. So many of you will feel that. You may have been going through it and feeling it already, but there's a tremendous amount of energy. I feel like it's trying to push through us, which will catapult many of us forward into various new ways and various new beginnings. So overall, it feels very exciting. It might be scary for some of you because the newness also represents not knowing what's to come. So there might be a lot of surprises too. But generally speaking, there is this uplifted feeling of excitement, but also I don't know what's going to happen. And not because it's bad, but because it's I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what waits for me at the end of this journey, whatever that is. So do keep in mind that this is general. For private session, of course, that information is down below for you. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. If you wish to comment how this connects with you, I read every single one of them. Please do. I would love that. And above all, whoever you are and you have any birthdays in July, happy birthday to you. And have a great month of July, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye. Hello, beautiful Aries. This is going to be a reading for the month of July. Let me start off with some channeled messages for you. Let me just share with you the general feeling that I get when I pick up, when I tune into your energy. I feel the energy of excitement, and the reason why I feel excitement, because I feel like something is underway, something is about to begin, something is about to be birthed, something is about to be accomplished. I also feel that it's taken me a long time to get there. It's taken me a long time to get to this point. And in a moment, I'm going to be crossing the river. So when I see the symbol of crossing the river, it feels to me like you will be moving, emotionally speaking, to the other side of how things used to be. The other side to me signifies a feeling of well-being, a feeling of security, self-satisfaction. So feels like many of you are coming from a space that is the opposite of that, not feeling good about yourself, not feeling satisfied, not feeling happy, and all the kind of not so great feelings we don't want to feel. So there is definitely some sort of a completion point that you are approaching. For some of you, this has apparently started in May. So some of you, it started in May. For some of you, it's going to be significant in July. I also saw there were opportunities being presented to you, because the message was use the opportunities being presented to you. And they said, be confident. So looks like, again, in the month of July and, July, August a little bit, there is going to be an opportunity or opportunities being presented to you. For some of you, this is something you have worked very hard for. For some of you, this is something you are not expecting, a total surprise. For some of you, this is going to be a financial component, a gift of finances, a bonus, a win, an extra check, a refund of some sort, a judgment gone your way and you got some finances. But there's a financial component to it. And for some of you, it's about an opportunity that's other than finances. So this could be, what I'm feeling is the ability to visit another country. Maybe you're invited on a trip. Maybe it is something unexpected. You guys know what unexpected is. And right away, when I say this word, I want to say the words, you're protected and you're divinely guided. So for some of you, there might be opportunities that present themselves that you haven't even thought of. and there would be good opportunities for you to take a look at. And I feel the reason why this was shown is because some of you may have a tendency to stagnate, and I'm asking, what does that mean? To push away things that you think or you feel don't belong to you for whatever reason, either because you're not worth it, you're not desirable enough, you're not sophisticated enough, this is not for whatever nonsense we tell ourselves or you tell yourself. Chances are it keeps you from exploring opportunities or creating opportunities for yourself. So pay attention, pay close attention to that. And then they said, be confident. So hugely important. They also said, allow things to move slowly. And I said, why do they need to move slowly? Whatever it is that you are starting in the month of July. And they said, why is it important? Because there's effort required to make this work, whatever this is for you. And I saw that this was you building something, whether it's a brand new career, a brand new relationship, a brand new job, a brand new opportunity, a brand new project, whatever it is, whatever you will be undertaking in the month of July or thereabouts, it's important for you to pay attention to the littlest of details. For some of you, you will be building an actual physical structure, and whatever this is, make sure you don't forget a nail. So there's a bit of red flag here. Hey, pay attention. Particularly, I want to say when it's hot, and I'm going, why? Well, for those of you who work outside in heat or high heat areas, it is important for you to stay hydrated, because when you don't, I guess there's idea of being lightheaded and not being able to focus. And if you are working with any heavy machinery, make sure that you pay attention. Really, really important. And then they said to me the words, opposites attract, ha, ha, ha. And the way it was said to me was kind of funny, because I have a feeling some of you are going to attract somebody that's going to be kind of like you, but not really like you, the opposite of you. And whatever that statement is, it was meant with tongue in cheek. I think this is the second time I've used this metaphor, tongue in cheek. So there's something funny about this. For those of you who are meant to understand this, by the end of July, certainly by the end of August, you will understand the phrase opposites attract, ha, ha, ha. So there's something funny here. Okay, move on to the cards. The first card is signifying you, and you have the deer. So deer is a very motherly energy. It is a very feminine energy. It is very much a giver, maybe not so much a receiver. So this is representing you. There is a gentleness to you. There is this caring, nurturing aspect of you. So this is representing you, whoever you are. And then I said, wonderful, great. Tell me, what do they need more of? You got the stingray. So when I see the stingray, I always want to say, grow a backbone. So if you are someone who has a tendency to be very loving, tender, caring, to the point where you allow yourself to be taken advantage of, not stand up for yourself, put yourself in the back seat, don't allow yourself to create opportunities, there's a message here. Learn, grow a backbone. In other words, have boundaries and be firm, be more firm. There's nothing wrong with being very firm and at the same time being very gentle. It's just you choose what you use where, or which energy you use where, and wherever it's appropriate, you'll use one or the other, and sometimes a bit of both. So there's a message for some of you to grow a backbone. It's also a message of needing to be more resilient and not giving up on yourself so quickly. And when I say that statement, I want to go directly to the heart chakra, and I'm getting a headache. And I want to say here that some of you, for those of you who this makes any sense, you need to heal your predominant emotions. And I'm asking what predominant emotions means. It's the feelings and emotions that you feel a lot of the time. Like if you feel frustrated all the time, or you feel angry all the time, or you feel inadequate all the time, anything that's kind of stands out for you, it's important to heal wherever that is and wherever that comes from. It is also very important for you to learn how to manage your emotions effectively. And I'm getting a whiff here of an energy of anger. So we all get angry, and I always say it's emotion like any other. It's meant to be experienced. But when anger takes the driver's seat, so to speak, and we lose control a little more too often than necessary, then that becomes a problem. Also, anger towards you is being indicated here. So if you beat yourself up because of whatever, if you think you have or don't have, it's time for you to stand up for yourself. Very, very important. Incidentally, the number around you is the number 3 and 1, which leads to the number 4. So 4 is, as some of you may know, stability, structures, but this is beginning of building foundations, strengthening structures, strengthening and building for the purpose of use later on. So, and you have the number 1. So there is definitely new beginnings, and these new beginnings will allow you to expand some of your horizons. And I'm going to leave that, you guys understand what that means. So that's with that. Then I said, okay, show me 4 cards. What's going on? You have the Devil in reverse, brilliant. You have the Tower in reverse, brilliant. You have High Priestess, brilliant. And then you have Queen of Wands, fantastic. So notice out of 4 cards, you have 3 major arcanas, which signifies this is a loud message. Listen, okay? So I'm seeing it as a story, and then I'll go through the cards. First and foremost, the Devil is an aspect of you that has been keeping you stuck in whatever area of your life you want to feel accomplished. And yes, we want to feel accomplished in many areas, but for some of us, I would say for a lot of people, there's a certain area that we struggle with, and generally that's the area we try the hardest, or we give up. And what's being addressed here is that whatever that is, whatever the conditioning system is, whatever condition you have put upon yourself, whatever condition was put upon you at some point in your life, you will be looking at it and reflecting on it in order to let it go. Now, when I see it in this position, it is a sign for me to celebrate, because this is releasing yourself from that which no longer serves you. And he's saying to me the word automatic. Why is it automatic? The responses that you have that seem to be automatic. For example, you get really angry when you get triggered, and it always seems to be around the same thing. When you look at your automatic responses that are not producing or making you feel it the way you want, it's important to examine what is underneath that temperament. In other words, what is driving that behavior, that emotion. Hugely, hugely important here, because I feel like you guys are digging into some crap from your past and trying to figure out what it is that makes you tick. First chakra is being indicated, and this is always about safety and security, which incidentally, if you do not have, excuse me, if you do not have a healthy first chakra, meaning in balance, you will be very fearful. You'll have a tendency to be very fearful, but number 1. But number 2, it will affect your ability to attract finances or financial abundance. Because if you're always feeling unsafe and not secure, abundance is a completely opposite energy to it, and you attract what you are, so you can't attract an opposite energy because you will reject it. And I will talk about more this topic in another video. So there is something here that you are choosing to release that has kept you stuck. The Tower in reverse, another monumental moment, because it signifies to me that there in fact are some changes, or you have gone through some changes, and these changes, although they may have caused a bit of a chaos in your life, it wasn't without your doing. In other words, you had your fingers in it. Either you had your fingers in it, so you were not startled by it, or you are able to avoid it or feel like you are not out of, or feel like you're not, or feel like you are in control. In other words, when the tower moments happen, when the can gets shaken and stuff starts coming out, when things go sideways, oftentimes we feel we have no control. And it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels you've either had a substantial situation in your life, or whatever it is, whatever changes are happening in your foundation, you have some control over it. And I hear the word choice. So that seems to be around July, August. And then you have High Priestess. So High Priestess to me is all about intuition. It is about you needing to be intuitive. It is also about choosing to look at things from a slightly different perspective. Not black, not white, but all the grays in between. For the purpose of drawing some conclusions that will allow you to move forward this time. So it feels like whatever is going to come up in June or July, maybe it happened in June, it's been long standing for you and you have been entrapped by it for quite some time. So very important. The other thing you have is the Queen of Wands. So this is about, well, clearly I don't see this as someone in your life. I mean, yes, it could be you may be with somebody who is, very passionate and maybe her own boss or his own boss. But what I get here, I get this being you. And this is about balance. This is about, I want to talk about career and I also want to talk about relationships. So all over, this is balance. This is feeling strong. This is feeling resilient. This is feeling focused. So there is some analytical component, but I'm also looking at the cat here. And today it stands out for me. And it's black. And to me, black represents darkness. But the message I always hear is face the dark to see the light. So there's something about this cat that speaks to me that feels esoteric. So what that means is that for some of you, you may have, you may subscribe to the idea of different lifetimes, magic, something esoteric. And for those of you who are listening, probably a lot of you believe in that kind of stuff. But there's something here about the black cat, not as an omen of bad luck, but actually the opposite. Intuition also comes up with this. So maybe some of you connect with a cat or black cat. The yellow here symbolizes to me this third chakra, which is all about confidence and empowerment. So definitely some great stuff happening, but definitely boundaries and grow a bit of a backbone. Then I said, okay, what is it that I need to know about them? Like what's going on in July? Well, you have the fates. So the fates, incidentally, 1 and 7 is number 8. And 8 is always about strength. And strength gained and strength acquired and strength required. So this is a card that says there might be conditions in your life that you may not control. The best way to deal with something you cannot control is to accept it, and perhaps one day you will see why it was the way it was. For some of you, and I want to say for most of you, this is about accepting certain things or certain truths that have happened in the past and letting the bygones be bygones. So I feel for most of you, this is accepting things from the past so they no longer affect you tomorrow. For some of you, it is some sort of a situation that is happening in the month of July that you need to accept. Now, for some of you, the tower will not be in reverse position. It will be in upright position, which means some things will be changing. But as a result of these things changing, and you may not feel in control, it is very important for you to accept this and to see the bigger picture. The one thing I want to say here is don't overthink, but also use your logic. So there's that space in between. There's a space of being completely overthinking, and there's a space of complete intuition and just complete emotion. Let's put it that way. So a bit of both is necessary, because either one or the other one gets imbalanced. So huge opportunity here for you to see things from a different perspective, as if with the new set of eyes. By the way, for some of you, you need new glasses. That's what I want to say. And then last but not least, I'm looking at the card that is 10 of Cups. And that's number one, it signifies to me completion. But number two, it signifies to me the ability to fully enjoy and life. And maybe it's because you're letting go of the things that have kept you stuck, and it's been far, far too long. Number 6 was shown to me, and it's being shown to me right now. Again, for some of you, this may have transpired in June or started in June, but 6 to me is about being in harmony, being in great balance, being in greater balance, moving towards a greater emotional balance. And it's also about the yin and yang, and again, balance, feminine and masculine. Now, it already says to me that many of you are connected to your feminine, your giving, but you need to grow more of the masculine, or pull up to more of the masculine energy to have some boundaries. So balance. And I think that's all I have. They said, congratulate them for doing it, for a job well done. So whoever you are, I'm supposed to congratulate you for a job well done. Okay, and I hear it wasn't easy. So it seems major to some of you. You gave birth to something. You actually gave birth to a child or children, or you birthed a new project, or you birthed into a new cycle. There is a need to be congratulatory towards you. I hope this made sense. Probably will make no sense to you at the beginning of the month, but do listen towards the end of the month or mid of August. If you would like to comment how this connects with you, I would love to read it. Of course, this is general. It will not connect with all of you. Some pieces will connect with some of you. Some pieces will connect with all of you. And all pieces may connect with very few of you. Point is that it is general. And if you would like to see how this connects with you, by all means, I would be delighted to have a session with you. That information is down below. Thank you again so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.